There's nothing like the Sunrise team in the morning. I like working with them every day. Everyone's just so passionate about what they do. Mare and I are covering all the developing overnight stories for you, while Kellyanne and Jacqueline are getting you out the door, preparing you for weather and what's going on with the traffic. We just really want to help you get the day started in the right direction and hopefully have a little fun at the same time. I'm Jason, and this is WESH 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. Let's get this day started together.
In 2021, when you wanted to know, you came to WESH 2 News.
While we all know we still face challenges,
let's celebrate the victories.
The stories that amazed us.
The ones that made us look.
Made us listen and feel excitement.
As we embark on a new year, know that WESH 2 News is always here to capture the moments
that make Central Florida the place we all call home.
WESH 2 News, local, live, late breaking. Happy New Year from WESH 2. Local, live, late breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
Tonight on WESH 2 News at 10, you're looking live at a packed Times Square. We have watched people line up for hours now, getting their chance to see the New Year's Eve ball drop in person.
The Waterford crystal ball, 12 feet in diameter and weighs more than 11,000 pounds. This crowd is actually a lot smaller, about 4 times smaller. All attendees you see there are required to be fully vaccinated. Happening now, the countdown is on. There's the countdown clock. We are just under 2 hours away from the new year. People also taking to the streets in downtown Orlando, celebrating an end to 2021.
COVID-19 has definitely had an impact on New Year's Eve, but as WESH 2's Gail Pascal-Brown reports, some events still went on as planned.
The Omicron surge may have many of us celebrating right in our living rooms, or you could do like a lot of folks are doing here tonight, going out to the 2022 Thornton Park Street Party, right?
Absolutely. We're going to be cautious, of course, but we just want to have a good time. So
it's time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long year.
This block party in Thornton Park was just getting underway by the time we arrived.
There's ice.
And of course, you can't have a party without ice. This street event features 3 stages, DJs, and lots of lights.
I'm just going to hang out with my friends, have a couple drinks, ring in the new year. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy and just try and be safe and mindful.
More ice for another party. This one on Wall Street with several bars, 8 venues, and a DJ. You can party down until 3 a.m. Security will make sure all is safe as big crowds are expected.
The last holiday, Halloween, it was crazy out here. It was about 10,000 people. So we're not expecting 10,000. I hope not, but at least somewhere in the 8,000 range.
What you won't see is the orange ball drop on Church Street. The company that owns the bars says the drop has been canceled, not because of COVID, but because Latitudes is closed for now. There won't be a big block party on Church Street either. No matter how you're ringing in 2022, just make sure that you do it safely. And above all, Happy New Year! I'm Gail Pascal-Brown for WESH 2 News.
And New Year's celebrations are going on in Daytona Beach tonight. The city's New Year's Eve on Main Street is always a popular event, and WESH 2 was there earlier tonight as people started to roll in. We spoke to some business owners, all happy for the boost in sales.
I'm so happy because I know in bike weeks past, since COVID's hit, you know, we got canceled, we got the date shortened up. I'm so excited that this event is still going on. Like I said, it's great for the community.
And the event will go on until 1 a.m.
The word icon is tossed around quite a bit these days, but if ever there was someone who truly deserved that title, it was Betty White.
The beloved actress and activist passed away this morning just before her 100th birthday. Mark Barger walks us through her life and legacy.
Betty White never let her age stop her from performing. She was once quoted as saying, "I may be a senior, but so what? I'm still hot." There will no doubt be more tributes all weekend long. Stick with WESH 2 on air and online to see them all.
All right, it might be time to rewatch some of her stuff from the olden days. All right, Stu, let's talk about our forecast now. We have a big night tonight. People are outside in Orlando, around town, celebrating New Year's Eve.
And they are celebrating no chance for rain as well. Alex Elises has a look at our forecast. Hey, Alex.
Yeah, it's absolutely great out there if you're going to be spending time outdoors during the new year or about to head out on the town. I mean, you can't get much better than this in Central Florida on the last day of December. December. Nice clear skies out there. No need for rain. Temperatures are still pretty warm as well. You don't even really need a light jacket. 71 degrees outside in Orlando. It's just fantastic. 71 in Buffalo, 70 in Sanford. Still 68 degrees in DeLand. We dropped down to 63 in Ocala, 68 in the Villages. And with those temperatures continuing to drop up in Marion County, you are dealing with some thick fog up there. Just seeing a report of a half-mile visibility in Ocala. The rest of us dealing with okay conditions. A little bit of patchy fog in Sanford. That's going to increase as we head through those overnight hours. Day planner for tomorrow, we'll start out with that fog, but the first day of 2022, not bad at all. 80 degrees by noon, mostly sunny skies, and by 3 o'clock, it's going to be another hot day, getting into the mid-80s. Sunday also looks quite warm, but as we go into Sunday night, we do have a cold front on the way. That's going to bring a big chill on the way for Monday. Have a look at that forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Tonight, more grim news on the fight against COVID-19 across the country and right here in Florida.
Florida's latest coronavirus numbers have once again blown the state's new case record right out of the water. And according to the CDC, the state just reported shy of 76,000 cases on Thursday alone. At the beginning of the month, Florida only reported a couple of thousand. And we've been reporting all this week on the sharp increase. To get the latest breaking updates on the go, download our WESH News mobile app. That's also where you can find all of the resources to help guide you through this surge, like treatment sites or testing centers.
The rush is on to find a COVID test, but Orange County's testing sites have closed until Sunday.
Some smaller testing sites will be open through tomorrow. And WESH News' Anika Hope spoke to 3 people in need of tests who did not want the holiday to get in the way.
Local Walmart is closing its doors temporarily to disinfect. The Kissimmee store and North Old Lake Wilson Road shut down at 2 p.m. today. It's part of the company's ongoing program to keep stores clean and stop the spread of coronavirus. The store will be sanitized and restocked by team members. It will reopen Sunday at 6 a.m. Like the rest of the state, Brevard County has seen a steep increase in COVID cases, but it has not seen the long lines at COVID testing sites like neighboring Central Florida counties. However, some people are heading to emergency rooms to get tested, which is creating congestion. So much so, the county issued a statement telling people to avoid heading to ERs unless it's an emergency.
But I think most people who've been to an emergency room know that those people that are cared for first are the most critically ill, and there are frequently critically ill people in emergency rooms. The average wait for someone who comes to the emergency room for a non-emergent problem is going to be 3 to 4 hours.
Doctors say if you are experiencing symptoms, you should get tested, but at a doctor's office, drugstore, urgent care facility are one of the county testing sites.
The leader of the World Health Organization said today that the pandemic could come to an end in 2022 if the vaccination rates increase. The WHO chief said that we have all the tools and resources to end what he calls a calamity. Officials believe there is potential to vaccinate all adults globally and provide boosters to high-risk groups. Still ahead, 2021 was tough in a lot of ways, but it was a huge year for space travel.
We're looking back on the year that was and the year that is still to come. And we head to New York right now to take a live look from Times Square. Thousands are ready to welcome in 2022. Our coverage of New Year's Eve continues. WESH News returns. It was a massive year for space travel across the country and here in Central Florida, where several memorable missions blasted off from our space coast. From the first civilian flights to the billionaire space race among several large companies, it was a historic year.
In addition, NASA launched several big missions to help us better understand our universe. NBC's Tom Costello has a look back at the progress made in 2021 and plans for the future that are already in the works. Here in Central Florida, January is already shaping up to be a busy month on our space coast. SpaceX is expected to send up another batch of Starlink satellites sometime in the new year, and a Falcon 9 will blast off carrying a satellite for ASI. That's the Italian space agency. Dates for those have not yet been determined. On January 10th, another Falcon 9 is set to launch carrying several smaller satellites, and then on January 21st, a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket will launch 2 satellites for the U.S. Space Force from Cape Canaveral.
Also, there's going to be plenty of celestial events to look forward to in the new year. 2 of 2022's 12 full moons will be supermoons. Those are in June and in July. There will also be 2 lunar eclipses and 2 partial solar eclipses. As for shooting stars, meteor showers begin in April. But they are mostly concentrated in November and December, when there will be 5 different comets leaving sparkling trails in the night sky.
All right, let's keep our eyes to the sky right now, Stu, and talk about the weather on New Year's Eve.
Alex Alisi joins us now. Not only New Year's Eve, but also the weekend, Alex.
Oh, yeah. I mean, weather's looking fantastic for both. I mean, take a look. High pressure still in control, bringing our winds in from the south, and that has kept things unseasonably warm for this last day of December. And it's also kept our skies mostly clear out there as we went through the daytime hours. And now that we're heading into the night, with the mostly clear skies, temperatures will fall off, and that's going to produce some more fog. You can see Marion County right now, half-mile visibility. Sanford dealing with a little bit of patchy fog. The rest of us okay for now, but we're going to see that fog spreading from the west out to the east as we go through those overnight hours. But we do have an isolated risk for some severe weather, so Sunday night into Monday morning, we're going to keep a close eye to see how that develops. Take a look at the next 7 days, though. Really hot Sunday, 85 degrees, then down to 68 for the high on Monday. So that cold front really bringing that cooler weather in. And as we head towards the end of next week, we warm things right back up. 78 degrees on Thursday. Better chance for rain Friday, 30% coverage with a high of 76.
All right, let's go back to New York and look at Times Square in New York City. There are about 4 times less people that are able to party in downtown, I should say Times Square, this year to watch the ball drop. It will happen live right here on WESH 2, coming up right at midnight. We will take you to our special coming up in just about 9 minutes.
No one likes sitting in traffic, so when there's a problem, I say heads up. I feel good if I can help people get to work and school as smoothly and safely as possible. I'm Jacqueline, and this is WESH 2 News Sunrise.
Let's get this day started together.
Still ahead, we are staying on top of the push to get Central Florida tested for COVID-19.
Demand has been high, but in one county, officials say something the public is doing to preventing the testing for as many people as possible. We'll explain what that means.
And we had to break with a live look at Times Square in New York City. The world's biggest New Year's Eve party is underway with some adjustments this year. Our coverage continues on CW18. If you're watching WESH, stick around for NBC's coverage from New York City. Happy New Year.
First Warning Weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by Orlando Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on West Colonial Drive.